And I'm just going to wait a moment for the redirection to all happen. And then, okay, I'm going to presume we're live now. And good morning. I'm Bear Hart. You notice I'm wearing headphones today. The other kids are wearing AirPods. And I'm going to talk in a minute about, oh, I need some light here. I'm going to talk in a minute about how and why we have decided to do it this way. It's a bit techie, and I know my audience loves things that are a bit techie. My pin today is the Vulcan salute with the Ally rainbow. Um, and I saw Will Wheaton wearing one of these, and I thought I had to get that.
I
So
gotta have it.
live long and prosper. It is Wednesday, that much I know.
My dudes.
It is the 26th of some month or another. What is it, April?
April.
2023. Good morning. Good morning from fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Bear Hart. We have here Kirsten and Rickety. We got the whole band back together now. It's been a while, and I'm grateful for these wonderful kids in my life and on my live streams.
We were lost without Ricky yesterday.
Yeah.
Well,
So
thank you.
I had been noticing for a while that our live streams hadn't been in full duplex, and as a longtime audio engineer, I'm going to explain a little bit what full duplex means. When you have an electronic connection, like you're talking on the telephone or radio or whatever, and one person is speaking, and then another person is speaking at the same time, if you want to be able to hear each other speaking over each other, you need to have the sound go in both directions at once, and that's called full duplex. Simple two-wire systems can only do one direction at a time, and then it has to switch. And so that's
One
why,
Direction.
and that's why you hear people on the radio over, so that somebody else can over. So they indicate that you can press your push to talk button. And so a lot of radio connections are like that, and some computer connections are like that. And I was noticing that whenever somebody else was speaking, if I said something, they couldn't hear me, or if I was speaking and they said something, I couldn't hear them. And it was not a full duplex connection. I was trying to figure out why. And finally, yesterday, I did some reading, and I found that Zoom does this lovely um, echo cancellation where um, it cuts your microphone if your own voice is coming out of the speakers, and it notices that in the microphone. And so if it hears itself, it cuts the mic in order to prevent feedback. And the only way around it is to wear headphones and to not have the sound coming out of the speakers. I like the sound coming out of the speakers. I like to be able to do that, but the half duplex was bugging the hell out of me. So I have these really nice open ear headphones. I forget what brand they are. I really like these. They have really good fidelity. Hang on a sec. Need my little old man glasses here.
Ricky, what are you doing with your face?
I was sneezing.
Because it was like this.
Oh,
I was sneezing.
these are Cost Porta Pro. They're super affordable. They're under $100. You can get them for about 50, 70 bucks on Amazon. Cost Porta Pro. They have really good quality, really good fidelity, great highs. They don't do this thing that a lot of headphones do of like boosting the bass to annoy anybody who's not listening to hip hop. Um, and that shit's good for hip hop, but the hip hop music is usually mixed with boosted bass anyway, so it's not like I need more. And anyway, so I really love these. For my hearing disability, I have a 32 channel equalizer down here in my rack that my headphones go through, so that hear as if I could hear normally, and it actually works.
Let's talk more about your rack.
Well, you know what? One of these live streams, I'll pull out an iPhone and add it to the stream, and I can take you on a tour of my studio, of all of my weird and strange equipment in my studio, because I've got quite a bit of it. This is not a normal recording studio. It's very much designed for one guy recording by himself, as opposed to most studios that are designed for a lot of musicians all at the same time. And yeah, anyway, that's that. And so that's why I'm wearing these. Tomorrow I'm going to try, or maybe even tonight, I'm going to try it with my earpods. My experience with my earpods is that the quality of the microphone is not as good. I really like this microphone. I could probably do it with my earpods with this mic and separate that out. Zoom allows me to select different, different sources for different purposes. So that might work. In any event, hi. One interesting thing in the news today that I find fascinating. I mean, I talk about politics sometimes, not so much because I have a horse in the race, although I do. As an American citizen, it very much concerns me, what our government is doing, especially as, as somebody with disabilities, and as somebody with neurodivergence, and as somebody who is not entirely straight. And when what goes on in politics does affect me, but mostly I enjoy it for the theater of it. And the theater of it really took an interesting twist today. This whole thing between Disney and the state of Florida and their governor, Ron DeSantis, has went off the rails a long time ago. But today Disney filed suit, and there's this one sentence from their lawsuit that I wanted to emphasize, if I can find it here. Yeah. Having exhausted efforts to seek a resolution, the company, that would be the mouse, those of us who grew up in Hollywood, we know the Disney company as, and we refer to it as the mouse. Having exhausted efforts to seek a resolution, the mouse is left with no choice but to file this lawsuit to protect its cast members, guests, and local development partners, blah, 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 from a relentless campaign to weaponize government power against the mouse in retaliation for expressing a political viewpoint unpopular with certain state officials. I love it. That's just a great teardown, especially when I replace references to the company with the mouse. Anyway, I just got a real kick out of seeing this. And as much as I normally would be against, the corporate mouse has not always been kind or friendly or good to its employees or its neighbors or anybody like that. But in this case, I'm really rooting for them because Ron DeSantis is an evil bitch. We have a hand up here.
Evil bitch.
I made
have... Okay. We have a couple comments on YouTube.
I bet I do.
Yeah. Gary Bennett says hi.
Oh, hey, Gary. Gary signed into our Discord this morning and sent us a, you guys can see it too in our Discord, sent us a clip of our live show yesterday morning saying hi to him. So,
yay!
Again, Gary, and we look forward to a clip of this.
And Amy Hogan says hello.
Oh, hi, Amy. Welcome. I hope you are the first of many women listeners. So far, it's really been a sausage fest.
Oh my gosh.
Bear's on one today, y'all.
Yeah, I think that might be. Yeah, I might have to adjust my meds. Uh, anyway,
Muted.
moving on. This evening, in our live stream this evening, I really want to talk about Duolingo, and not so
Dua
much the
Lipa?
app, Duolingo. It's this app um, on my phone that teaches me languages, and I went through the Spanish one when Rose and I went to Mexico, and now I'm doing the French one just for shits and giggles. Um, and I would really love to learn Tagalog, but they don't have Tagalog, and none of the language apps have Tagalog, and I don't understand why. It may be because, and I'm just guessing here, but all of the Filipinos that I know, and I know quite a few Filipino people, um, they don't speak consistently like any. The Tagalog language does not appear to be terribly well defined, is what I'm trying to say. It's sort of a, as best I can tell, and I could be entirely wrong, but it seems to be sort of a mashup of Spanish and whatever and various Southeast Asian dialects. And I mean, it's got a lot of Spanish in it, has a lot of Latin words, some Latin grammar, but they don't all seem to speak it in the same way, and they don't seem to have coherent grammar. And I don't know. It may be sort of a pidgin. It may be. Um, I don't always know the words that describe languages that borrow a lot from each other, as like they speak in Louisiana, that sort of mashed up
Like
English and French.
Cajun French.
Cajun, yeah, which I think is called a pidgin language, but I'm not sure. In any event, I would love to learn Tagalog because, living here in Vegas, there's a huge Filipino community. And of course, my wife is Filipino. But in any event, we have another comment, Ricky.
Yes, we do. We have two from Amy Hogan, who says, "Thank you so much, heart," and then yes, LOL about it being a sausage fest.
Yes, well,
Woo!
about what?
Probably about it being a sausage fest.
Oh, about it being a sausage fest, yes. And you said there was another, oh, the two from the same person there.
Yes.
All right. And I had some sort of an alert over here. I don't know what that.
Thanks for joining this girl squad.
Oh yeah, we have Amy Amy signed up um on our Discord to say
Yay.
hello.
Yay.
Oh,
I
that's
love it.
lovely. I love it too. All right. I know somebody named Amy who spells it that way. I don't presume it's the same person. All right. So, but it's not just the app that I want to talk about. I really want to talk about the company because it's a fascinating history, and I love the way that the company seems incredibly agile and at the same time treats its employees really well. It runs a very small, tight operation, and everybody who works there seems to be extremely happy with working for them. So, I love stories like this, and I want to talk about that a little bit tonight on our live stream this evening. How are you guys doing today? Kirsten, haven't heard much from you.
It is thunderstorming and rainy and cloudy and just like dreary. So all I really want to do right now is curl up in my bed and either watch. I always get stuck between on a rainy day whether I do a Harry Potter marathon or a Lord of the Rings marathon because for some reason those are just the vibes when it rains.
Yeah,
Um,
I get.
so am I going to be productive today? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah. Well, um, uh, uh, I'm always cool with you taking a mental health day if you need that. And for my part, I am much more of a Lord of the Rings fan than a Harry
Hmm.
Potter fan.
I had
But
a
that may
feeling.
just be my generation. I mean, um, I grew up reading those books, um, and when the Peter Jackson films came out, I was so impressed with how well they express just the zen of the books. I mean,
Hmm.
obviously, I mean, even at 12 hours for the whole director's cut, they still had to cut a lot of shit from
Hmm.
those voluminous books. And I haven't read them in years. I've been looking for something interesting to read in the evenings, and I've been trying a few of the books on my list, and they really haven't just been doing it for me. I may just go back and read The Lord of the Rings again. That might be really fun. I haven't read it in years. I used to read it every year. Um, I had a stepdaughter when I was living in Texas, and I used to read it to her in the evenings, and she loved it and grew up to be a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and went on to be an Imagineer at Disney in Florida. Um, and but I haven't, since the films came out, I've gotten lazy and I just watch the films. But I might read the books again. Anyway, so yeah, you got my permission to do that, but we also really need you to do that thing that
I know. I
that
know.
other thing that we're doing, because that's an
I
incredible
know.
opportunity. But take care of yourself. You'll do it all better and more efficiently if you're in good shape. Um, so it's rainy and stormy there in North Texas,
Hmm.
and I presume it's April. So is it slush? Or is it just rain?
Just rain.
Just rain.
We
Okay.
rarely get snow.
Yeah, I know, but when you do, it's pretty nasty.
Yes, it's disgusting and nobody knows how to drive in it.
Right. I mean, I remember one time I was living in Dallas, and we actually had ice on the road, and it was just bumper cars.
Yep.
Uh,
Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping
yeah,
ping ping.
and I had this big old Suburban, and I with big knobby tires on it, and I just wasn't going to do it. I mean, I started to walk out to the parking lot, slipped and fell, turned around and went right back into the apartment,
Yeah.
canceled everything,
Yep.
stayed
I'm
inside.
right there with you.
Yeah. All right. And how's Rikitty doing today?
Good. Little bit of an allergy flare up yesterday, and I guess this morning too. I broke out in hives. It was awful. I don't even know what I ate that could be traced back to, but no, better today. The hives went down a little bit, but it was
Yeah.
agonizing.
Ugh,
Oh, sorry. I'm
Ricky.
so
I
sorry.
know. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So
I'm chilling now.
you and oh, the cat's name, I'm forgetting.
T-Dog.
Oh,
No, Jerry.
not
Oh,
the husband.
Jerry. Yes.
Jerry.
No, Jerry, my
Hey,
kitten.
Jerry had to go to
Yes,
the doctor yesterday.
he did, but he was such a good boy. Thank you. I'm sorry I missed the live stream. I missed y'all,
Yeah.
but he did real good, and he didn't even try to bite or swat or hiss at the vet, which was
Really?
A1. He did great.
Oh,
Go
good.
Jar
But I
Jar.
also I lured him into the carrier with the churu, the wet treats,
Yeah.
the ones in the tube. Oh God, he loves that. So he was like, I'm fine with whatever you want to do to me, so long as I get my treats.
Yep.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. Thank you to Amy for helping our gender balance there. We really appreciate that. We want more of that. Y'all have a great day. Love you. And we will see you this evening at 1800 Pacific
And
time.
thank you, Gary, for commenting and always commenting with us,
And
who
Gary,
just again
yeah,
said, thanks for the show.
Thank you, Gary. We really appreciate you as well. Y'all have a great day. Love you. And we'll see you at 1800 Pacific time. I'm going to try my AirPods, and so that'll be exciting all by itself. YouTube only for our evening show, and that's 1800 Pacific, which is 6 p.m. for the Muggles. And we will see you then. Bye.
Bye.